Hello everybody, I'm No02, and with this video I'm just bringing you one deck. I've been playing around with flashbangs and Molotovs, these sort of off-meta grenade. Flashbangs are great versus bosses, right? They turn breakers into ogres and hags into free kills. But using them just all the time in general, you don't really see it all the time, right? In general. But here I have an LMG deck that I've been playing around with. It is set up for Act-1. I've cutely named it Flashing My LMG, right? Don't do that on the subway. Don't you just hate it when you sit down and it falls in the toilet? Anyways, Hazard Pay Double Grenade Pouch is our foundation. Right? It's Act 1, Run Like Hell, Superior Cardio. Gonna give you the tools necessary to beat the crossing and get through, Pain Trend, get through the swamp by running and etc. Grenade Pouch here on the crossing. We're cutting a corner. We're not getting cross trainers, right? It's fine. We're trying to play normal. This deck will work best when you're playing with teammates. This deck is not for playing with bots or solo clutching a lot of the times, though you can. With Run Like Hell and Superior Cardio, it's possible. Now we get in the Shredder for Clean Sweep. And now we sort of think about, so our goal is we're going to try and find an LMG. Preferably you find the M249, the belt fed. The LMG that's not the RPK, right? We want that LMG. That LMG is better. It does what we want better than the RPK does, right? Because the LMG is so good at killing zombies. In this deck, we're going to be running flashbangs. That's going to be our tool to kill mutations. And because we're running flashbangs, we don't need to run bomb squad. We don't need to run accessory damage. Flashbangs start off really, really good, but they don't really scale at all. They just sort of stay decent the whole time. If we were to run grenades, we would eventually need bomb squad to keep our grenade damage in line with our mutation health pool, right? Because we're using flashbangs now, we're cutting that corner. We're cutting bomb squad out. We're cutting improvised explosives out, right? And now we can squeeze in other cards because we're using flashbangs. But to help guarantee that our flashbang results in a kill because you didn't need to shoot the tall boy, we have Shredder. One thing that I've really noticed with this deck is that if your flashbangs are only as strong as how many teammates you have left alive. If you're left alone in a solo clutch situation and a horde event happens and a mutation shows up in the middle of that horde, you have to flashbang it, and then you're shooting zombies, shooting the mutation, shooting zombies, shooting the mutation. It's just really not possible to have enough damage in a lot of circumstances to deal with it, especially if it's a tall boy or a bruiser, things like that. But if we do have teammates, Shredder will sort of be the means at which we kill that tall boy swiftly. Because it would be really bad if you spent a flashbang, stun a tall boy, and then 6 seconds go by and the tall boy's still alive. Oops. Especially in more tight, confined spaces where the zombies are going to be really pressing in on you. Having Shredder will help take that edge off as far as your team being able to kill that tall boy swiftly, because you have Shredder for 15%, and then the flashbang itself for an extra 10% vulnerability debuff. In the Zone. I have come to love this card more and more. This is like the anti-horde card, right? When it comes to killing the horde, you need rate of fire, and you need magazine size. Or you can get reload speed, because again, the whole point is that the horde's strength is that it's a constant flow of danger running at you, right? And so you need magazine size to keep killing it, keep pushing it back. Reload speed sort of works in a similar way in that when you reload, the horde is making progress, but if you reload quickly, you can start shooting again, and then the horde loses progress. So in the Zone, sort of accomplishes the same thing as like power reload would, but is more consistent than power reload. I still like the card power reload, but the more I've used it, the less and less I've come to like it. Power reload is about turning your general AR or SMG and giving it LMG ammo, giving you almost LMG enough, giving you ammo similar to an LMG. Oh my goodness. Not quite as consistent. One thing to note about In the Zone is that getting the 10 stacks is super easy in a horde situation. Super easy. Because it doesn't say it in the card, and I didn't know this, but every time you get a precision kill, a headshot, right? Every time you get a headshot and trigger in the zone, that 5-second timer resets. Fully resets every time you get a kill. So you just have 5 seconds to keep the stacks going. And once you get to 10, you can keep it perpetually, pretty much until you need to reload. And then you have 50% reload speed. So in the zone is great. In the zone is pretty much free as far as dealing with a horde, so long as your teammates are letting you shoot. If you're on a team with a player who has an LMG, you let them shoot. You stand there and you watch. When they need to reload, then you shoot. Then you shoot. Right? Does that make sense? If you have 4 players all shooting their guns at the same exact time at a door that's funneling zombies, you all have to reload at the same time, and then what happens? Right? You get hurt. Somebody gets hurt. So stagger your reloads. And if you have an LMG, you literally have 3 players stand there and watch until he needs to reload. Or if a mutation shows up, right? Right? That's how you play optimally. I don't think I've ever been in a situation in solo queue where players actually did that. Usually I just stand there and watch them, and then when they reload, then I start shooting. I do it myself, but nobody else does it. And that can make Nightmare Mode way easier for you. It's a little thing, but it's huge impact. In the zone, free reload speed. We keep our high magazine capacity with our LMG, and we're reloading super fast. The horde doesn't stand a chance. And again, we're running flashbangs. But just keep in mind, if your teammates die, then yeah, your flashbangs become less and less valuable. Wide mouth magwell for the bar. So we have Shredder on clean sweep to help us deal with the breaker if we need it, and things like that. As far as your secondary goes, you can have like a it depends on your style. If you want like a Desert Eagle or something to like shoot bosses, shoot at mutations when you're in an open space and things like that. You can have an ammo efficient pistol like Hoffman's pistol, the whatever it's called, the little like it's like the World War II-esque looking pistol. One tap zombies really well. Or you can double down if you need to and have a Tech 9, but it doesn't really make sense to because we have an LMG. Anyways, right, we have Shredder to sort of round out everything and help guarantee that our flashbangs result in kills. In the zone and wide mouth magwell is us building into the barroom blitz, where there's going to be a constant horde of zombies attacking the jukebox, and it's going to be your job almost exclusively to never let that jukebox go down. You are just spraying at the jukebox. Every zombie that gets close, you're killing it, and you're just blah 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 blah. You're shooting, and hopefully you're relying on your teammates to keep you safe. Keep you safe. That's key, right? This is about playing with a team. This is not about solo clutch or playing with bots. And the nice thing about the bar is that there's plenty of ammo in it. So before you start the jukebox, drop your ammo on the ground where you're going to be holding out. Go grab more ammo, drop it on the ground, hold out, load up, and then sit in your corner and you shoot. And when you need to reload, you do your thing, and then you stock up and etc. Nice. Now we get tactical vests. Ammo capacity will be a thing in need, depending on how quickly or slowly your teammates are and how fast you go through the map, basically. Now we're at the diner, and we're sort of rounding out our final bit of thing here. As far as making sure that our flashbangs result in kills, hyperfocus can help with that, depending on the positioning of the tall boy and things like that. But also, too, this can help in situations where you might feel the need to throw a flashbang at like an exploder or something like that, right? This will help you kill that exploder without having to use your flashbang, without being that scared, because now you'll be able to shred things like that very quickly, so long as they're, running into the area where you're shooting at zombies and things like that, as well as like stingers and hawkers and etc. And even if like you're running a Desert Eagle as your secondary, this will help a ton as far as dealing with wretches, exploders, stingers, all the stinger variants with your Desert Eagle from a distance in that circumstance. But really, this is going to help just round out your ability to kill things with the LMG, and potentially save you some flashbangs here or there, given the distance and stuff like that. You know what I mean? At this point, we've sort of established pretty much all we need for our LMG kit here, right? We got our flashbangs and our LMGs up to snuff as far as reload speed goes, and we got Shredder and Hyper Focus to kill tall boys and kill stingers efficiently and things like that. So we just get shoulder bag. This card could literally be anything at this point, but we don't really have any healing, right? We don't have any extra healing. We're not running fire in the hole or anything like that. So let's get an extra shoulder bag. We're a little crowd control, off medic, flashbang killing mutation guy, you know? Shoulder bag, and then into poultice. Just 2 cards that are just raw health. Raw health. Run pain pills with this, I would recommend. You get an extra 120 points of temporary health, extra 60 points of poultice healing, things like that. So this is a nice bit of value out of 2 cards. Offensive Scavenger. I am convinced that running one of the Scavenger cards, I'm convinced that running Support Scav or Offensive Scav are probably one of the 2 most powerful cards that you can run on Abandoned, because you have to loot the gas station, you loot the infested house, and you loot the second house at the end of the alleyway after the tow truck car. Lots of opportunities for things to spawn, and we can sort of manipulate that with these scavenger cards and getting an extra flashbang, Molotov grenade, or whatever on that map that has a lot of demand on your grenade resources, because you're going to be in a lot of confined spaces. You're going to be in confined space for most of that map a lot of the times, where if any mutation shows up, you're pretty much going to have to burn a grenade on it in some way or another. So if you can get 1 extra grenade or flashbang, etc., can be a huge, huge help. It means you survive 1 more horde because you had 1 more extra flashbang. And then reload speed. Just to round it out, with our in the zone, magwell, and reload drills, we get 100% reload speed. It's very, very fun. So again, it's just you're on duty to kill zombies. That's your job. That's your job. At this point, you may want to consider running pipe bombs, because it is pretty 360 danger a lot of the times on Rolling Thunder. And then you just shred and hyper focused mutations when you throw your pipe bomb, things like that. You can play it around either way. But again, now we shoot all the bullets, we reload crazy fast, we keep the bullets rolling in. Make sure that you stockpile all your ammo wherever you're holding out at, so that you don't need to run to an ammo box to refill if you need to, because you're going to be dishing out the pain rather quickly. You'll be burning through ammo rather quickly. And I mean, don't be stingy. Shoot the zombies. You're an LMG. Hold down the trigger. It's fun. So enjoy this little LMG deck, just for Act 1 here. I'm playing around with, pretty fun. Not the best at solo clutching, but if you get teammates who are, trying to play the game in a normal way, it can be a very satisfying experience. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the future, won't I?